Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, family members, and those watching from home on Facebook Live, welcome to the Strength Maintenance Training Center and the graduation of the Army National Guard Non-Career Recruiting and Retention NCO course, Class 22-001. I am Master Sergeant James D. Wilson, Jr., Senior Instructor at the Strength Maintenance Training Center. It is my pleasure to serve as your Master of Ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the national anthem and the invocation. The official party consists of Major White, Chief of the Strength Maintenance Training Center; Sergeant Major Ferrara, Chief Instructor for the Strength Maintenance Training Center and Commandant of the NCO Academy; First Sergeant Benton of the Alabama Army National Guard Recruiting and Retention Battalion, Bravo Company First Sergeant. The class advisors for 1st Platoon, Mr. Justin Pleasance; for 2nd Platoon, Mr. Mike Smith; for 3rd Platoon, Mr. Shannon Sims; for 4th Platoon, Mr. Joshua Holcomb; for 5th Platoon, Sergeant First Class Daryl Harriger; and 6th Platoon, Mr. Mark Parker. Please remain standing for the national anthem and the invocation. The invocation will be given by Staff Sergeant John Howard.
Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to attend this course. Throughout this journey, you have kept us safe and you protected our families as well. When we needed you the most, you provided for us. And when things got tough, you carried us through. Thank you, Father, for the sacrifices and the hours that our instructors and our staff has poured into us during our time here at PEC. I ask that you will bless each and every one, each graduate, and give us the strength, the courage, the wisdom for the assignments that we will enter into. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you today's guest speaker for our ceremony, First Sergeant Jeremy Benton.
Well, good morning, 22001. How are you? I bet you're ready to get home. Yeah, several of my guys and gals last night, she said, I have reached the maximum of my social battery and I need to go recharge. So I imagine a lot of you are that way. I'll be quick. I wanted to just bring you a couple things. From being in recruiting for quite a bit, I think that when you leave here, you may remember one thing, and is that I graduated and what's next, right? So several years ago, there was a recruiter that came through SQI4. And that recruiter got pulled out of class. He was from Alabama. He got pulled out of class from the instructor, and the instructor said, "Hey, guy, I don't know if this is a good fit for you. You may need to reconsider some of your options." Okay, that's a blow, right? So the guy, he came home, and within 18 months, the NCOIC sat down with him and said, "Hey, guy, it's not a good fit for you. I think that we need to reevaluate what you're doing with your life." So tell you what, take the next 30 days. I want you to go find a civilian job. And tell you what I'll do is once you get ready to start, I will take your AGR orders and I'll butt them up against when you stop, and I will let you transition out. You go back to an M day, and you just kind of go from there with things. There are three things that guy turned around and did. Is the very next month, he turned around, I think it was February. From February to September, he put 36 people in the Guard, right? And after evaluating, what are three things that you should take out of that? Is one is self-growth is career growth, all right? You don't have all the answers. SQI4 gave you a lot of information that you're going to go home and you're going to go, okay, I remember I was told this, but what's the next step from there, okay? I'm going to encourage you when you leave here to stay in the regulation. Try to do 30 minutes a week, all right? You're already going to be overwhelmed when you get home with mission and life. Try to take 30 minutes, all right, where you sit down and you read something out of the regulation, whether it's the NGR 601, whether it's the 609, whether it's on the Army, the regulation for uniforms. Take something and don't read from front to back like a book. Just scroll it and randomly read some random things out of there, okay? Because that stuff will stick with you, okay? I will also encourage you to take $15 and invest in an Audible account, okay? I encourage you to read books like Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, The Power of Body Language by Tanya Riemann, because those are things that you're going to need in this environment in order to assist and make yourself successful. Isaac Newton said that we stand on the shoulders of giants in order to see the distance, okay? What he was referring to was reading the works of other people, taking ideas that they may have and compounding our own ideas upon those things. I encourage you when you leave here to continue self-growth is career growth, okay? The second thing I want you to remember is failure is an option, all right? Our entire career, we're told, do not fail, okay? What I realized in, I think 2015, is I had the opportunity to go to Ranger School. I went through and got my run, put my sit-ups, got to the push-ups, right? And hit 44, and I couldn't get past 44, right? I came home in a pity party, right? I came home and was like, maybe I just need to go ahead and look at retiring. Maybe I've hit the peak of my career. Maybe I don't have what it takes anymore to be an exceptional soldier. In that pity party, what I realized is I was pointing blame at the guy who graded my push-ups, right? Maybe I should have prepared a little bit more. Maybe I should have been able to do one more push-up, right? When in this environment, you're going to have lots of things you can place blame on. I'm not successful because of COVID. I'm not successful because of politics, right? I'm not successful because my command's not supporting me, okay? 22001, I tell my soldiers that somebody who has something to prove will outperform their peers, okay? You have something to prove. You are the first graduating class in 18 months. For you, you may have came and said, hey, I just come because I wanted an AGR job, you know, or you may have came because, hey, somebody told you, hey, I need ADOS, you're coming, right? But I guarantee you for these instructors and for the people over for this facility, not having a class graduating in 18 months and finally getting some warm bodies back in a seat is a huge deal, right? You are showing the difference, all right? You're coming here and you're going to take something home and you're going to show that everything that they have poured their heart and souls into you over these past 5 weeks was worth it, all right? Last thing I want to leave you with, all right, is know your audience, okay? I was a PSNCOIC for a battalion, and our XO each morning, we were at AT, our XO each morning, he liked to do a video, motivational video, right? He played Ric Flair. To beat the man, you got to be the man, right? Or to be the man, you got to beat the man. So my sergeant major was sitting next to me. I said, hey, sergeant major, in order to be the man, I got to beat the man. And he looked at me and he said, hey, Sergeant First Class, it's an open buffet. Anytime you want some, you get a plate. I took that as an open opportunity, right? So that night they had a dining out. Sergeant Major and XO and BC were all staying in one little chew. We were staying in another. They left. I went over there, and Sergeant Major didn't sew his rank on. So I swapped him out, and I put E7 rank on there, and I got the Sergeant Major rank, right? And every intention of going over there early the next morning, being the first one out, so it was just me and him being like, hey, Sergeant Major, I got you, right? Unfortunately, Sergeant Major got up extremely early and went to a dining out at the Maycom and was walking around with some E7 rank. I would tell you that it turned out to be a very painful experience for me. In this job, there are going to be times to play. There's going to be times to work, okay? Know your audience, know the difference, all right? There's going to be times to work a packet till 2 o'clock in the morning because you're trying to put somebody on the floor, all right? There's going to be times to shut the computer and go home and spend time with your family and your babies, okay? Know your audience and know the difference, okay? When that instructor sat down with me and said, hey man, you are not a good fit for this. You need to reevaluate your life. I knew I had to prove him wrong. When my NCOIC sat down with me and said, hey man, you need to go find a new job. It's not working out for you. I knew I had to prove him wrong. I had to find a way to win. Guys, when you leave today, in everything that's going on, find a way to win. Thank you guys.
First Sergeant, thanks for the inspiring words. Now, a short video from family and friends of our graduates will play.
Congratulations, Matthew Link! We're so proud of your amazing achievement.
Sending lots of love from Portugal.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Josh.
We knew you could do it. You've been preparing for the last year for this. Good job. We're happy and proud of you.
You'll be the #1 guy.
Specialist Cornstubble, congratulations on graduating. Now get back here. We could really use some enlistments from you.
Congratulations, Jocelyn.
We're proud of you.
Congratulations, Aunt Sarah. We love you.
What's up, Corn? Congrats, man. You know, the rest of the team, they didn't think you could do it, but I always had faith.
Congratulations, Sergeant Jones.
We wish we could be there to celebrate with you.
We're so proud of you and can't wait to see you. We love you.
Congratulations, Josh.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you for your service.
Love, Tyler and Olivia.
Congratulations, Specialist Roar. Me and Nick love you.
Acorn Stubble, so I guess you actually went to recruiting school. Congrats, but we've got drill next weekend, so get back home.
Hi, Sarah. We're so proud of you and all you accomplished. Keep up the good work. We love you.
Congrats on graduating from recruiting school. You'll do great in your new career, Corn Stubble.
Hi, Matt. Just wanted to say congratulations on your graduation. We love you and are so very proud of you. Looking forward to seeing you. Love you.
Congrats, Josh. We're so proud of you.
We love you.
Hi, Matthew. Congratulations, and we're so proud of you. We love you so much, and we can't wait to see you.
Hello, I would like to congratulate my beautiful wife, Sergeant Sarah Gossett. I love you, and I am so proud of you. Wish I could have been there to see you graduate.
Hey, Matt. Congratulations. Miss you.
Hey, Matt. Congratulations, buddy. We're all proud of you, man. Take it easy, man. See you next Saturday.
Hey, Josh. Congratulations on your graduation. I know it's something you've been looking forward to for quite some time. We're all proud of you, buddy.
Congratulations, Sergeant First Class. We love you, Dad.
Congrats, Josh, on graduating.
Congrats, Recruiter School. Hopefully you're better at Recruiter School than you are Call of Duty, all right, man? Hoorah, baby. Congrats, man. Way to go.
Congratulations on your getting through your weeks. We have missed you. And thank you so much for thinking of Papa. I love you. See you soon.
Give a big let's go. Congratulations, Josh Cornstubble. You did it. You're the man. Hey, buddy. Congratulations on the graduation. We're very proud of you. Keep up the good work.
Can't wait to see where this journey takes you. Good luck.
Congratulations, soon to be Sergeant Cornstubble. I knew everybody had their doubts. Maybe me just a little, but I never gave up on you.
Hey, Matthew. We're so proud of you. Can't wait to see you for the holidays. Finish strong. Love you.
Hey, Josh, it's Garrett. From all of us at the Hopkins family, we'd like to tell you congrats.
Congratulations, Sergeant Rivera. See you soon.
Josh Cornstubble. Congrats on graduating. Proud of you. Love you.
Congratulations, Staff Sergeant Cruz. So proud of you, and happy birthday.
Congratulations, Josh. We love you.
Congratulations, Josh. I'm so proud of you. I love you.
Hello there. I just want to tell you that I am super proud of you and super happy for you, and you worked really hard and you deserve it, and I am honored to call you my brother. Love you.
Congratulations, Joshua Cornstubble. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for our family, and we are so proud of you.
Congratulations, Specialist Matthew Link, on this amazing accomplishment. We are so proud of you.
We love you, Matt. Congrats.
Hey, Josh, wanted to take a second to congratulate you on passing your course. Look forward to seeing you in January. Wish you the best, man.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, Matt. Just wanted to say we miss you, man. Congrats. We'll see you soon.
Congratulations, Cornstubble. We were a little bit nervous that you weren't going to make it.
Hi, Uncle Matt.
Hi, Uncle Matt.
Say hi. We just wanted to say congratulations. We're proud of you and we can't wait to see you soon.
Congratulations.
Say love you. Bye.
Congratulations to Josh Cornstubble. I love you. You're the bomb. I couldn't be more proud, bud. Love you very much.
Congratulations, Josh.
See you, buddy.
Congratulations, brother. I'm so proud of you. I know you're going to crush it in this job. Love you, man. Keep it up.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
You're not supposed to repeat after me. Just want to say congratulations on everything, brother, and I can't wait to celebrate with you. Love you.
We wish we could be there with you to celebrate Sergeant Littles.
We're so proud of you.
Congratulations, Sergeant Joshua Cornstubble.
We love you.
Let's have a beer.
Greetings, Matt. We are so proud of you. This is Granddad and Mama.
Congratulations on your graduation, Matt. Trust in the Lord and do good, and we love you.
Amen.
I'd like to say congratulations, Specialist Cornstubble with the Illinois Army National Guard. You already had the dedication, determination, motivation. Now you have the knowledge. I will see you at the top.
Congratulations, Staff Sergeant Kennedy. We miss you and we're very proud of you.
Congratulations, Matt. We are proud of you. Love you.
Congratulations, Ma. We love you. We miss you, and we're so proud of you. Bye.
Congratulations, Specialist Ward, on your accomplishments. Love your Haver family.
Congratulations, Josh. We're proud of you.
All our love for the Cillius family.
Sergeant Chaffer, guess what day it is? It's graduation day, and we're proud of you.
Hello, this is Sergeant First Class Casey Valet. On behalf of myself,
the 631st Engineers and our family, I would like to wish Special Joshua Cornstubble a congratulations on his graduation from 79 Tango School. We look forward to receiving all the wonderful recruits you're going to recruit into the National Guard. Congrats.
We love you, Staff Sergeant Murray.
Love you, Staff Sergeant Murray. Can't wait for you to come home.
At this time, each class advisor will address their platoon for the last time. The awarding of the diplomas will follow. Please hold your applause until after all students has received their diplomas. The class advisor for 1st Platoon, Mr. Justin Pleasance.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that Specialist Cornstubble was loved, right? Hey, 1st Platoon, just want to congratulate you. But first, I want to thank all the families for supporting you coming here. And I also want to thank our assistant instructors, Mr. Strickland and Sergeant G. Not you, Sergeant G. We'll get to you. For assisting with the class. I can honestly say that I don't think we would have done it as graciously without their help, right? So I want you guys to take what you've been taught, take it back to where you're coming from, and apply that, okay? Apply all that knowledge, make it work for yourself. Secondly, I want you to think back to those Monday morning discussions that we talked about, right? Don't put yourself in a situation or a position where you have to compromise your integrity, okay? It's the last time I get to tell you that, so don't do it, right? Okay? And second, lastly, enjoy your trips back home. Be safe. I'm proud of you. I know our instructors are proud of you. So without further ado, 1st Platoon, prepare to graduate.
Sergeant Alford. Staff Sergeant Anglin. Sergeant Arsenault. Staff Sergeant Aziz. Sergeant Burke. Sergeant Burr. Sergeant Byard. Specialist Bynum. Staff Sergeant Kennett. Sergeant Schaffer. Staff Sergeant Cheney. Sergeant Clayton. Sergeant First Class Clooney. Sergeant Coffey. Sergeant Comps. Sergeant Connor. Staff Sergeant Guerrero. Sergeant Reith. And the platoon sergeant for 1st Platoon, Sergeant Carol Gallupi. Sergeant Gallupi will also receive a certificate of excellence for her dedicated work as platoon sergeant for 1st Platoon. Sergeant Gallupi will now address her platoon one last time.
So first, I'd like to thank our instructors. Mr. Pleasance, thank you for always being there for us. If we didn't understand the material, you didn't hesitate to stay after class or skip lunch to help us work it out. Sergeant G, thank you for making the lessons more relatable and always giving us the best career advice. Mr. Strickland, thank you for giving us the knowledge and skills we needed to be successful. Thank you all for the laughs and making these past 5 weeks go by so much faster. And although it was a close vote between the three of you, Mr. Strickland, you won Best Hair. You're welcome. Y'all will never understand how grateful First Platoon is for having the three of you as instructors and mentors. First Platoon. If you're not first, you're last. And I'm so glad for the admin error in my last name, because thanks to that, I got to be part of the best platoon. We all learned so much from one another, like how to grow in our careers, build packets, retain soldiers, and harmonize a Backstreet Boys song. And no matter how frustrated we got with one another, we were always there for each other. I feel so honored to have met such amazing people from different backgrounds. I hope we all maintain contact with one another after today and continue to be successful RRNCOs. Always remember that when you don't know what direction to go, follow the road guard, and when you're having a hard day, go get a Dairy Queen ice cream cone. Tell me why.
Second Platoon's class advisor is Mr. Mike Smith.
All right, Second Platoon. 5 weeks ago we come in, you brought your rucksacks in, right? And we also need to let everybody know Second Platoon is the home of Specialist Corn Stubble, okay? But 5 weeks ago I was told it was Corn Stoublé, so somebody's got the names wrong. All right, 5 weeks ago we come in with those rucksacks. We put a lot of things in them, all right? So tailor your load to what you need. You have a 3-tenant mission out there. Go accomplish that and do great things, okay? On behalf of myself and Sergeant Gilliam, we thank you for being a great class and doing all the things you did. Sergeant Davis, great platoon sergeant. Couldn't ask for anybody better. All right, with that, I think we got some uniform corrections here to make, all right? So, Second Platoon, prepare to graduate.
Sergeant Cook. Staff Sergeant Cordery. The famous Specialist Corn Stubble. Staff Sergeant Cruz. Sergeant Diego. Sergeant D'Alietto. Staff Sergeant Drazkowski. Sergeant Easley. Sergeant Elias. Sergeant Fiorentino. Sergeant Fontana. Sergeant Foshi. Sergeant Freeman. Staff Sergeant Gehring. Sergeant Gossett. Corporal Guernsey. Staff Sergeant Hall. Specialist Hamner. And the platoon sergeant for 2nd Platoon, Staff Sergeant Davis. Staff Sergeant Davis will also receive a certificate of excellence for her dedicated work as platoon sergeant for 2nd Platoon. Staff Sergeant Davis will now address her platoon one last time.
This isn't going to be like a regular Sergeant Davis talk. It's going to be short, I promise. Literally. So, 2nd Platoon, it's been a pleasure being here with all of you. You've worked so hard to get here, and you've learned so much in such a short time, and I'm proud of each and every one of you for all of the hours that you've put in. As you continue forward, always remember to empower those that are around you, and just because you're empowering them doesn't mean you're taking away from your own success. With that being said, go on and do great things. Mission success.
3rd Platoon's class advisor is Mr. Shannon Sims.
Third Platoon. It's a great honor to stand here today before you. First, I would like to acknowledge our class, other instructor, Mr. Anderson. We appreciate you. We thank you for your experience, your knowledge that you brought to the table to share with this class. We're at the end of a long 5-week journey. It's been a great honor to prepare you for this day. You're my first class, and I stand before you proudly to say, job well done. From day one, we shared about being assigned and planted in the area, in the community where you will serve. And always remember, no one can do it better than you. So continue to stay true to your assignment. Serve knowing that only a few people have the opportunity to do what you do. If I was to leave one word with 3rd Platoon, it would be stick-it-to-itness. I know that's not a word, but it's simply staying committed, live and work the 7 Army values, serve wholeheartedly. Some days are going to be harder than others, but continue to lean in and press forward. Always press forward. Lastly, every chance you have to tell a guard story, tell that story. Because one of these days, somebody will stand to tell your story on how you impacted their life, and made a difference in their community. Godspeed, 3rd Platoon. 3rd Platoon, prepare to graduate.
Sergeant Harvey. Sergeant Helmick. Staff Sergeant Holland. Staff Sergeant Howard. Specialist Johnson. Sergeant Jones E. Staff Sergeant Jones N. Staff Sergeant Jones S. Sergeant Kane. Staff Sergeant Coffer. Staff Sergeant Kennedy. Sergeant Nepper. Sergeant Kraus. Staff Sergeant Kuchelmeister. Sergeant Laris. Sergeant Lewis. Specialist Link. Staff Sergeant Line. And the platoon sergeant for 3rd Platoon, Staff Sergeant Jones E. He will also receive a Certificate of Excellence for his dedicated work as platoon sergeant for 3rd Platoon. Sergeant Jones will now address his platoon one last time.
Well, 3rd Platoon, we're finally here. 5 weeks, long weeks. So all I can say is thank you, Mr. Anderson. Thank you, Mr. Sims, for all the due diligence that you've done with this platoon. And everybody's looking forward to going home. Just look to your left and look to your right. Because without them, you wouldn't be here. Right? And I gotta say it, 3rd Platoon, you know what time it is.
Fourth Platoon Class Advisor is Mr. Joshua Holcomb.
Good morning, 4th Platoon. I say good morning, 4th Platoon. All right, outstanding. So I apologize for the notes, but I did speak with Training and Development Master Sergeant Malloy this morning, and I did ensure that these notes were authorized for graduation as long as they were not mass-produced or given to me by another student. So you guys have already heard everything that I'm about to stand here and say. And if you guys have already heard it, or I say it more than once, it's probably important, right? All right, so we started with 21. Today, we are graduating 21. All right, so guys, it's been awesome, but it's been like a battalion run. All right, a battalion run, we've gone fast, we've gone slow, it's kind of had the accordion effect, and we've had guys fall behind. But each and every one of you at some point in time during this course has been a road guard, and you've turned around and picked your battle buddy up, and you pulled him to the finish line. And I'm proud of you, and that's why you're here today, because you've worked as a team. Keep in mind that today is a big accomplishment. It really is. But today is not your success story. Your success story will be told years down the road when you're still doing this job at a high level. Exceeding your mission in year 1 means absolutely nothing, and I've told that to you guys. It's exceeding that mission in year 2, year 3, year 4, and time to come. That's a true testament to your leadership, your influence, and your core values. Lastly, and again, if you hear it more than once, it's probably important, right? True leaders understand that leadership is not about them, but it is about those whom they serve. It's not about exalting themselves, but it is about lifting others up. 4th Platoon, prepare to graduate.
Sergeant Littles. Sergeant Lopez. Sergeant First Class Markle. Staff Sergeant McCormick. Staff Sergeant McKim. Sergeant McLaughlin. Sergeant Medina. Staff Sergeant Mitchell. Specialist Moniz. Staff Sergeant Morris. Staff Sergeant Munoz. Staff Sergeant Murray. Sergeant Naylor. Sergeant Parker Shipman. Sergeant Passwaters. Sergeant Patterson. Sergeant Peel. Sergeant Peak. Sergeant Perdomo. Staff Sergeant Pierce. And the platoon sergeant for 4th Platoon, Sergeant First Class Payne. Sergeant Payne will also receive a certificate of excellence for his dedicated work as platoon sergeant for 4th Platoon. Sergeant Payne will now address his platoon one last time.
Morning, 4th Platoon. Just want to say I'm glad this is not a 9-minute presentation. First, I want to say thank you, sir, to Mr. Holmes and Sergeant Barnes and Mr. Smith. The fact that we're graduating 21 strong is a testament to your teaching method. The fact that we're graduating 21 strong is also a testament to 4th Platoon's fortitude and ability to hang in. Lastly, I want to say, snowbillers, route step, march.
Fifth Platoon Class Advisor is Sergeant First Class Daryl Harriger.
Morning, Fifth. Kind of lost my voice from all the yelling. First, I'd like to thank Mr. Law, Sergeant Saffron. I appreciate everything you guys did. I know the platoon appreciates everything you guys did, too. Obviously, you guys pulled us across the finish line these last couple weeks, so I appreciate that. I think it's important. I want to by name call out Sergeant Reddish, highest academic average in our class. Sergeant Reynolds, right behind him. Sergeant Roth, right behind her. Congratulations, you guys worked really hard. Sims, you did a great job as a platoon sergeant. I'm proud of you. Check it out, guys. This is for all of you. This job is heavy, and you're all about to feel that weight real soon. But luckily for you, you just spent the last 5 weeks surrounded by people that it is not a probability, but a certainty that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, we'll be MEPS GCs, we'll be approving waivers at NGB, that will be sergeants major and first sergeants. I still talk to people I went to SQI4 with. Lean on each other, depend on each other, and I promise you that weight will get a little lighter, all right? Go out, do good things. 5th Platoon, we don't have any fancy slogans like the rest of these guys. We're just going to write the most contracts, all right? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Sorry. Oh, I got to do the thingy. 5th Platoon. See, I get all pumped up. Prepare to graduate.
Sergeant Plummer. Sergeant Poole. Staff Sergeant Red. Sergeant Reddish. Staff Sergeant Reynolds. Staff Sergeant Ritchie. Sergeant Rivera. Specialist Rourke. Staff Sergeant Roberts. Specialist Robinson. Sergeant Rodriguez. Sergeant Roth. Sergeant Rowlett. Staff Sergeant Salazar. Specialist Santana. Sergeant Shepard. Sergeant Shuttler. Staff Sergeant Scarhouse. Sergeant Scarron. And the platoon sergeant for 5th Platoon, Staff Sergeant Sims. Sergeant Sims will also receive a certificate of excellence for his dedicated work as platoon sergeant for 5th Platoon. Sergeant Sims will now address his platoon one last time.
Sorry. How we doing today? 5th Platoon. So we're back on the front lines, just looking at a different view. I know a lot of people think that the front line is always on the battlefield, but that's not always true. There's a start line, and that's what we defend. Being recognized as gatekeepers of this organization is truly an honor. With that being said, let's not just go back with the knowledge, but the strength of each other, pushing one another to do great, to create a better organization. There are so many ways to impact the Army National Guard, and I believe that we have the biggest impact, if not the top 2, and we're not number 2. So we have the biggest impact on this organization. And I mean that by saying that, you know, we decide and we make the decisions of our future soldiers, and we also help keep the readiness of our units. So let's do the right thing by staying ready to engage, deploy, and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close combat, but also recruit the best potential National Guardsmen for our organization. With that being said, it's lit, stay dangerous, Hull.
Sixth Platoon Class Advisor, Mr. Mark Parker.
Sixth Platoon. That's right. And on behalf of Sergeant Hatfield and I, congratulations again. And Sergeant Hatfield, thank you from the bottom of my heart for making my job easy. I'd work with you in a heartbeat again. You're a true professional. Thank you. So for everybody here, there's a parable about a Chinese bamboo tree. It teaches us lessons about patience, faith, perseverance, growth and development, but most importantly, human potential. Like any plant, to flourish, the Chinese bamboo tree requires nurturing, water, fertile soil, and sunshine. In the first year, there's no visible signs of activity or development. In the second year, again, there's no growth above the soil. In the third and fourth year, still no signs. Patience is tested, and we begin to wonder if our efforts will ever be rewarded. Oftentimes, we want to dig up that seed to see if it's still growing, and we often wonder, is it still growing underneath that soil? The same could be said for you as an R&R NCO. You've got to go ahead and water, nurture, provide fertile soil and sunshine to your communities. But I guarantee, with patience, faith, perseverance, growth, and development, you're going to flourish in your communities and make differences in people's lives. Job well done. Best of luck to everybody sitting in the house, specifically 6th Platoon. Put them in boots. 6th Platoon, prepare to graduate.
Specialist Smith. Specialist Soria Silva. Sergeant Sylvana San. Sergeant Stearns. Sergeant Sunsuri. Sergeant Taylor. Sergeant Ventura. Sergeant Wanamaker. Sergeant Ward. Sergeant Warden. Sergeant White. Sergeant Williams. Specialist Williamson. Staff Sergeant Wonder. Sergeant Woodall. and the platoon sergeant for 6th Platoon, Sergeant Benjamin White. He will also receive a certificate of excellence for his dedicated work as platoon sergeant for 6th Platoon. Sergeant White will now address his platoon one last time.
6th Platoon, hey, it's been fun. I know everybody's ready to get out of here. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Mr. Parker. Thank you, Sergeant Hatfield, for everything you taught us. Hey, congratulations to every platoon. Cool.
At this time, the SMTC Chief and Chief Instructor will present and recognize the Army National Guard Non-Career Recruiting and Retention NCO Course Distinguished Honor Graduate. The Distinguished Honor Graduate is awarded to the soldier with the highest cumulative academic grade point average in the class. The Distinguished Honor Graduate of the Army National Guard Non-Career Recruiting and Retention NCO Course, Class 22-001, is Sergeant Zachary Daliedo. The soldiers before you have spent countless hours over the last 5 weeks to earn the basic recruiting and retention badge. Centered on the badge is the Minuteman, standing ready at a moment's notice to defend this great country when called upon. Around the edges are the words, "and our duty, Army National Guard Recruiting and Retention." You will now have 5 minutes to conduct the pinning ceremony. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the benediction and the exit of the official party. The benediction will be given by Staff Sergeant John Howard.
Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, thank you again for today, for the friends we have made, for the knowledge that we have gained. Thank you for all those who have supported us and give us so much to be successful. Keep each of us safe and protect us as we go home to our families. Continue to cover us with the shadow of your wings. In your name we pray, amen.
Class.
22-001, you are dismissed.
Good job, Sergeant Howard. Good job.